What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Just Cause 4 show episode. We're on to episode 12, which is absolutely crazy. Like, I've done 12 episodes of this, and you guys seem to be pumping some really fucking cool ideas. Now, I want to clear out the way, it's been almost a week since my last video, which is pretty freaking disgusting. I'm definitely not gonna lie, you guys have seen a few things come and go, but I am gonna be back in action with some awesome challenges in video games as you guys have requested. Anyway, the Just Cause 4 show, let's get into the fucking real shit, right? Let me know how your day has been in the comment section below. As always, if you haven't had a good day, let me know why, and I will try and make it a little bit cooler. But today's Just Cause 4 episode in general is pretty short and sweet. And when I say pretty short and sweet, I mean we've only got 4 good ideas that I'm going to mention in this video, but they're all really fucking cool, alright? Now, as always, if you have an idea on something you'd like to see in the game, then go ahead and drop it in the comment section below, and if you see comments you like, then of course you thumbs them up. But that said, if you could drop a like on this video, that'd be great. Now let's jump into the very first comment, and it is coming from Charlie Tank, and I chose this one because I really like the sound of it. So it says passenger trains, more airports, and over 250 missions, and the ability to change from easy to expert mode in Just Cause 4 because Just Cause 3 was way too easy. And then it says the ability to hack enemy drones or anything in the game alongside a level editor, and obviously, like every kind of episode, we talk about multiplayer and cross-platform multiplayer, so yeah, all of that stuff will be great. But hacking enemy drones, having a difficulty level, having passenger trains, and more airports, and over 250 missions is pretty much everything I really want in Just Cause 4. Since pretty much Just Cause 2, it had potential to have like a really great fucking airport in the game, pretty much, because that airport, like Panau International, I think it was called, they had planes taking off and everything, man. They had the full freaking party going on, right? And it was cool to see, even if it was like military people like flying the planes, there was like some sort of airport in action, and it was really cool to see. Whereas in Just Cause 3, sorry, my mistake, of course their airports were pretty freaking big, but no planes were taking off, boy. Like, you were the only person taking off like the planes, pretty much. I mean, yeah, in the big airports, like the weird ones, you saw planes taking off, but you get what I mean, like we never saw cargo planes taking off and all of that kind of stuff on like the more low-key airports, if that makes sense. And the difficulty, I mean, when I first played it, it felt a little bit too easy, so definitely having an option to challenge yourself is never ever a bad thing, right? Of course not. It's always a freaking cool thing. Now, moving on to the very next comment, it comes from your boy Dan, literally your boy Dan. It says, let's talk about the map. Every time I'm on the road or something, there is barely any people. Would be sick if the population in Just Cause 4 would be a huge variety. That would make the map feel alive. And Dan, I definitely do not disagree with you on this one. And it's funny because I've always I had like a little joke about this, because we all know like the frame rate in Just Cause 3, especially in the city, which is probably like the most, I guess you could say, like place in the game that had probably like the most buildings, if you will, literally. And the frame rate on that really sucked. So I mean, if there was a bigger population, which we all definitely want to see, pretty much compare it to games such as like, you know, GTA 5 and, you know, the big fish out there, right? The population is a really big key thing, alright? Because it's an open world game, you want a world to feel alive, and considering like the island was pretty big and there was, you know, barely, you know, near enough anyone pretty much on the roads and stuff, it kind of did suck. And I get like there was a dictator in place, and it's not exactly, you know, like going to LA and all that kind of shit, but hopefully you get what I mean. It was a little bit dry, and I would definitely like to see a much larger population in Just Cause 4, just that you can see pretty much roaming around the streets like pretty often, I guess you could say, not just once in a while. Now, moving on to the second to last idea we have today. It does come from Keyboard Manau, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it says, in Just Cause 4 you should be able to swing with your grapple, for example, swinging from plane to plane. Now, this is an idea that I do like, and when I see the screenshot that I'm going to show you guys on screen right now, every time I see this one, I instantly think of like Spider-Man, and I mean, obviously, like, the whole idea of swinging with your grappling hook pretty much gives you, like, the whole Spider-Man kind of like theme, I guess you could say. Rico, the way he hangs upside down, like in helicopter and things like that. I don't know, he's got like a really cool little Spider-Man, you know, action going on, I guess you could say. And I think it'd be great to have like more flexibility with your grapple hook and not just maybe like grapple to one place, literally having the ability to do both, like go to one place and then like halfway through maybe, I don't know, change direction and just swing to the next place. That would be absolutely incredible. Probably add a whole load of fun to the game, being completely honest. And I'd say something that they did miss in Just Cause 3, and it's funny because it never came to my head until now, so I don't know, maybe they've had like the same situation, but either way, I think that's a really cool idea, and I want you guys to get in the comment section below and let me know what you think of that one as well. Now moving on to the last one, it does come from Ginger Walls, and I'm sorry, I don't know, Ginger Walls. Anyway, of course it's still about a grappling hook. Now this idea I really did like. I don't even know if it's a thing in Just Cause 3, I don't think it is, but it's about the grappling hook being able to like stop enemy cars. I mean, in this exact comment, of course, it does say, I think you should be able to make tripwires so you can stop enemy cars, but at the same time, I've just literally like sparked up the ideas. Can you even like put a grapple hook right on the wall in Just Cause 3 and then put it to the other wall and then drive and be stopped through the grapple hook? Like, does that make sense? Is that even a thing that works? I don't even know. I'm pretty sure I've tried this out, but boy, I am pretty sure that is a thing that doesn't work. I don't know, you will see gameplay in the background. I probably will attempt it now, okay? That's a really cool idea to see in Just Cause 4 though. It's another way to stop the enemy, right? And I think this is what the whole game is about, action, being creative and whatnot. And I feel like the grapple hook and tethers in general, you know, it has a lot of potential to do so many cool things, which of course it done in Just Cause 3. But things like this, I just genuinely never thought about. But like I said, you would have seen gameplay in the background, whether or not that myth is real or of course not real. But anyway guys, that is gonna wrap up episode 12 of the Just Cause 4 show right here. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, subscribe for more awesome content, and of course drop your damn awesome ideas in the comment section below. If you feel like you got one and you feel like it might be good, hey, who gives a shit? Drop it in the comment section below because I'm sure it will be pretty freaking awesome. But like I said, I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, I hope you have yourselves a ridiculously awesome day, and as always, don't forget, if you ever miss any of the other Just Cause 4 episodes, there are a link to a playlist in the description below. I don't even think that was English. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, adios amigos.